There was a little girl named Asha who loved colorful candies, spicy chips, and crunchy cookies. But there was one thing: she never liked bananas. Yuck! Bananas are mushy, she would say, pushing the fruit away every time her mom offered one. One morning at school, Asha felt tired during her math class. Her stomach made a funny noise. Grr. Everyone looked at her and giggled. At lunch, her friend Mina took out a bright yellow banana. "Want half?" Mina asked kindly. Asha shook her head. "No way, I don't like bananas." "But bananas give you energy," said Mina. "My mom says they help your brain and muscles." Asha still said no and went back to her chips. The next day there was a running race at school. Asha joined excitedly, but halfway through, her legs started to slow down, her tummy hurt, and her face turned red. She couldn't finish the race. That evening, her grandmother came to visit. She smiled and handed Asha a small banana. "This little fruit," Grandma said, "is like a golden helper. It has potassium to keep your heart happy and fiber to help your tummy. Big people eat it before exercise, and little ones need it to grow strong." Asha looked at the banana. It smelled sweet. She took a small bite, then another. Not bad," she said with a surprised smile. From then on, Asha didn't just eat bananas, she asked for them. Before school, after playtime, and even in smoothies. One day she told her class, "Bananas are not just for monkeys, they're for everyone." And from that day on, Asha became the banana champion in her school, reminding everyone that the best things are sometimes the simplest. In a small village, there lived a young girl named Maya. She was very curious and loved to learn new things. One day, her school teacher, Mrs. Allam, taught the class about the benefits of eating fruits. She explained how fruits could keep the body healthy and strong, help with digestion, and even improve skin health. Maya was fascinated by the lesson and decided to share the knowledge with her family. That afternoon, she ran home excitedly and told her parents, "Did you know that eating fruits like apples, bananas, and oranges can make us strong? They give us energy and keep our bodies healthy." Her mother smiled and said, "Yes, Maya, that's right. Fruits are full of vitamins and minerals that help us stay healthy. That's why we should eat them." Maya's younger brother, Rafi, was a bit skeptical. "But fruits don't taste as good as chocolate," he exclaimed. Maya, always eager to prove a point, suggested, "Let's make a fruit salad together. I'll add apples, bananas, and a few berries. It'll be delicious and healthy." Rafi agreed, and they spent the afternoon making the fruit salad. When they finally tasted it, Rafi's eyes lit up. "This is so tasty, and it's healthy too." From that day on, Maya and Rafi made it a habit to eat more fruits every day, and soon they felt stronger, more energetic, and even noticed their skin glowing. Maya felt proud of herself for sharing the lesson she had learned in school, and she realized how little changes, like eating fruits, could have a big impact on their health. This story shows how Maya learned about the benefits of eating fruits in school and then shared it with her family, ultimately improving their health. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled by the mountains, there were two sisters named Maya and Aisha. Maya was the older sister, calm, thoughtful, and responsible. She loved reading books and spent much of her time in the quiet corners of their home. Aisha, the younger one, was full of energy, curious, and adventurous. She loved exploring the outdoors and discovering new places. Although they were different, they shared a deep bond. Maya always looked out for Aisha, guiding her through life's lessons. Aisha, in return, brought excitement and joy into Maya's life, showing her the beauty of spontaneity and adventure. One day, a terrible storm struck the village. The winds howled and the rain poured down in sheets, flooding the paths and knocking down trees. The villagers scrambled to find shelter, but Maya and Aisha were separated in the chaos. Aisha, who had been playing near the river, found herself trapped by the rising waters. Maya, hearing about the danger, immediately set out to find her sister. Even though she was frightened, she didn't hesitate. She knew she had to be strong for Aisha. With a lantern in hand, Maya trekked through the stormy night, calling out Aisha's name. She didn't stop, no matter how fierce the winds were, determined to find her sister. Meanwhile, Aisha had found a small cave by the river where she sought refuge, but she was scared and alone. She wished her sister was there to comfort her. After what felt like hours, Maya finally found Aisha, huddled in the cave. Maya rushed to her side, holding her tightly. "I was so scared, Maya," Aisha whispered, trembling. Maya smiled softly and said, "I will never leave you, Aisha. No matter what happens, we are always together." The storm eventually passed, and the two sisters returned home safely, their bond stronger than ever. Aisha learned that sometimes, even in the most terrifying moments, trust and love can guide you through. Maya, too, realized that it was okay to step out of her comfort zone and embrace the unexpected moments of life. From then on, the sisters knew that no matter where life took them, they would always have each other through every storm and every calm day. Once there was a little cat named Tipu and a playful boy named Ryan. Ryan was always full of energy, jumping over cushions, hiding under tables, and bursting into giggles for no reason. But no matter how busy his day was, one thing stayed the same. He never left Tipu's side. Tipu, with his soft white fur and curious eyes, followed Ryan everywhere like a little shadow. One rainy afternoon, the sky turned dark and thunder rumbled across the clouds. Ryan sat by the window, tracing raindrops with his fingers. Suddenly, the front door creaked open. In came Tipu, completely soaked, shivering from the cold. "Tipu!" Ryan cried and ran to him. He grabbed a towel, carefully wrapped Tipu in it, and hugged him tight. Just then, Ryan's mother walked into the room. "Oh dear," she said gently, kneeling beside them. "You both need to stay warm." She brought them a soft blanket and made some warm milk for Tipu in a tiny bowl, and for Ryan in his favorite red mug. The three of them sat on the couch, Tipu purring softly in Ryan's lap. "Tipu's like your little brother," his mom said, smiling. "No, Mom," Ryan grinned. "He's my little trouble cat." They laughed, and outside the rain kept falling, but inside the house it was warm, safe, and full of love. In a small mountain village named Shalban, the children had never seen the ocean. They had never left the hills, never visited a city, and to them, the sea was just a blue picture in a school book or a word in the teacher's story. One day, their teacher, Miss Rena, brought a surprise. "Children," she smiled, holding a big envelope. "This is a letter from the sea." The children gasped. "The sea can write?" asked little Rupu. Miss Rena laughed gently and opened the letter. "Dear children of Shalbon," she read aloud, "I am the sea. I am big, blue, and full of waves that dance all day. I play with the wind, carry ships on my back, and hide shiny treasures in my deep heart." The children listened with shining eyes. The letter continued, "I have never seen your mountains, and you have never seen me. So let's make a deal one day. Come visit me. I'll show you my endless water, my playful waves, and my friendly fish. I'll wait." That day, the children drew pictures of the sea waves, shells, boats, and sun. They made a big card with all their names and drawings, and Miss Rena posted it to the seaside town she once lived in. Months passed, but the dream stayed. And one bright summer, with help from kind villagers and Miss Rena's friends, the children of Shalbon stood for the first time on a sandy beach. Their eyes widened, their mouths opened in awe. "The sea, it's real!" Rupu shouted, laughing as the waves kissed his feet. The sea kept its promise, and so did they. It was a quiet afternoon in the little village house. The sun streamed through the bamboo window, and birds chirped outside. Inside, little Maya sat curled up in her grandmother's lap. "Nanu," she asked softly, "can you tell me about Mama again?" Her grandmother smiled gently, brushing a strand of hair from Maya's forehead. "Of course, my child. Your Mama had a voice like the river, calm, clear, and full of life. When she laughed, even the flowers outside would turn their heads to listen." Maya closed her eyes, imagining it. "She used to sing to the moon every night," Nanu continued, her voice trembling just a little. "Even when we had nothing, her songs filled our home with light." Maya looked up. "Did she hold me when I was a baby?" Nanu nodded, eyes misty. "She held you close, tighter than the sky holds the stars. You were her little bird, her trouble bird, she called you, because you never stayed still." Maya giggled, then grew quiet. "Where is she now?" Nanu looked at the sky. "She's in every breeze that kisses your face, every star that watches over you. She's not here to hold your hand, but she left behind her love deep in your heart." The old clock ticked slowly. Outside, the light began to fade. "Sing me her song, Nanu," Maya whispered. And so, the grandmother sang a soft, broken lullaby that once echoed from a mother's heart. Maya listened, eyes wide, as if the wind itself had paused to hear the memory of a mother's love. That night, as Maya drifted into sleep, the moon shone a little brighter, and a soft breeze whispered through the trees like a mother kissing her child goodnight. Rian and his little sister Tuli were bubbling with excitement. It was summer vacation, and their parents were taking them to visit their grandparents' village for the very first time. As their car drove past green fields and winding roads, Tuli pressed her face against the window. "Look, cows, and is that a real scarecrow?" Their father chuckled. "Wait till you see the pond and the mango tree at Grandma's house." When they arrived, their grandmother came out with a wide smile and open arms. The small mud house had flower plants at the door and a big mango tree that stretched its arms toward the sky. That evening, Rian and Tuli explored everything: the hand pump, the chickens, and even the quiet bamboo forest nearby. The next morning they found a surprise. Ripe mangoes had fallen from the tree overnight. "Let's collect them before the squirrels do," Tuli squealed. With their grandfather's help, they made a basketful. Their mother made mango chutney while their father showed them how to make paper boats to float in the pond. At night, under a sky full of stars, the family sat outside. Grandma told them stories about their father's childhood in the village. "You climbed that mango tree once and got stuck," she laughed. Rian looked at the same tree and smiled. "Maybe I'll try it tomorrow." Tuli whispered, "Can we stay here forever?" Their parents smiled. In the laughter, the food, and the open sky, it felt like home. Sammy was a cheerful little boy who lived in a quiet village with his parents and grandmother. He loved jumping in puddles after rain, chasing butterflies in the garden, and drawing lions and tigers in his notebook. But one summer, something changed. Sammy didn't want to run anymore. His legs felt heavy. He would yawn during playtime, and his eyes looked sleepy even in the morning. One day, while sitting on the porch, he whispered to his grandma, "Nanu, why do I feel like a sleepy snail?" Grandma chuckled softly and said, "Maybe your body is asking for something sweet and strong." Then she walked into the kitchen, opened a basket, and picked the ripest, yellowest mango she could find. It smelled like sunshine. "Here, my little tiger," she said, placing it in his hand. "This is not just a fruit, it's magic." Sammy giggled. "Magic?" "Of course. Mango is full of vitamin A for your eyes, vitamin C to keep you strong, and natural sugars to give you energy." Sammy took a bite and his eyes sparkled. "It tastes like candy." From that day on, every afternoon became mango time. Grandma made mango shakes, mango slices with a little salt, and even a funny mango smiley face on Sammy's plate. Within a week, Sammy was back to his old self. He ran, jumped, laughed, and even won the village's mini race. At the finish line he shouted, "I'm a mango-powered superhero." Everyone laughed and cheered. From then on, Sammy never forgot his secret. The mighty mango, the fruit that gave him his smile, strength, and sunshine even on tired days. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a mother who loved cooking. She often made a special dish called bangi for her child. However, the child always turned his nose up at it, saying, "I don't like bangi, it's so strange." But the mother, understanding the many health benefits of bangi, continued to prepare it with love. One day, she told her child, "You might not like it now, but this food will make you strong and healthy. It's full of nutrients that will help you grow better." The boy didn't understand much, but he trusted his mother. Slowly, he started eating the bangi without complaining. As days passed, he noticed that he was feeling stronger and had more energy to play and study. He even started to enjoy the taste a little more. One day, after finishing a plate of bangi, the boy turned to his mother and said, "Mom, I think I like bangi now. It's actually really good for me, isn't it?" The mother smiled and hugged him, saying, "Sometimes, things that we don't like at first turn out to be the most helpful for us. I'm glad you're understanding that." From that day on, the boy never complained about eating bangi again, knowing it was something good for his health, even if it wasn't his favorite. It was a warm evening in the small village of Nandapur. Children were playing under the setting sun, their laughter filling the air. Suddenly, with a strange click, everything went dark. "Hey, what happened?" shouted little Aru, looking around with wide eyes. The fan stopped spinning, the TV went silent. Streetlights blinked once, then vanished. For the first time, the village children were seeing something they had never seen before: a power cut. Aru ran to her grandmother, who sat calmly on the veranda. "Dita, where did the light go?" Grandmother chuckled. "Oh dear, the electricity just went for a short walk. It'll be back soon." The children gathered together, curious and excited. "Is it a ghost?" whispered one. "Did the wires break?" asked another. Grandmother lit a kerosene lamp, its soft yellow glow spreading magic in the darkness. "Long ago," she said, "we had no electricity at all. We used to tell stories, sing songs, and watch the stars." The children sat around her, enchanted. For the first time, they saw the night sky filled with stars. They listened to stories, made shadow animals on the walls, and laughed more than ever before. When the electricity finally returned, no one rushed back inside. They just smiled, realizing that sometimes darkness can bring its own kind of light.